What's going on, and welcome back to another video. So this has been the video I've been wanting to make for such a long time. I've always wanted to get a nice overland trip going with a bunch of friends, and we are going to MOAB. So this is a pretty big deal. I've been spending a lot of time preparing the truck for this trip, and if you can't tell from this beautiful view, it is totally worth it. We got a nice sunset here over the northern part of Lake Mead. This is day one, and we're going to continue our trip tomorrow. We'll make it into MOAB tomorrow. We'll start hitting some trails, hopefully kind of later in the day on Saturday, and we'll be there Sunday through Thursday. So we'll be there quite a few days, and we're going to be hitting a lot of trails. You can see we've got about 7 rigs with us right now. We're going to be meeting up with some more people in MOAB. It is my first time going, so I'm going to be going with some more experienced people who kind of know the lay of the land a little bit and can kind of help guide me through some stuff. So we haven't really hit any sort of tough terrain to test out anything new on the truck, but I just wanted to let you guys know we're kind of making our way there, and we're having fun along the way. So we made it through the first night, and now we're about to head back on the road, and this will be our final stint of the trip out to MOAB. This is going to be 8 hours today, making a couple stops along the way, but we woke up pretty early, so I'm a little tired from the sun coming up at like 5:30 in the morning. In the morning, the lake is just as beautiful as it was last night. You guys saw in the sunset. And next thing you should see is us in MOAB. So we made it out to the first trail of the trip. This is going to be the top of the world trail, and we're going to see if we can get to the top of the Tundra. I've been watching a few other videos, and there have been some of the new gens getting up there. However, this is the first long bed that I've been able to see is mine. So we'll see if we make it up there. Right now we're just airing down. I just bought these things from Amazon. They're called All-Top, little automatic deflators. They work super well. You pretty much just set your pressure, screw it in, and then you can just walk away, which is really nice. You don't have to do this whole like cord setup thing. That's a really fancy setup. It's probably going to be a lot more accurate, but these are quick and they're hands-free pretty much. And if you want to get a set of these, I'll throw them in the description down below for you to check out on Amazon. Great. Thank you. Oh. So we've started basically the ascent up the hill, and we're hitting a lot of these kind of smaller obstacles to start. Whoa. Tundra's been good so far. Still kind of learning the vehicle, so everything I don't know if I can make it over. But this first fork we're looking at, these guys who are all in Jeeps and Broncos, they advised me to go left because this right is going to be a little too steep for me. So we're going to take the left one just because it's going to be a little easier. Yeah, I could not do this right here.
Back up. Put the windows down. I'm passing it. All right, back up a little. Oh, you had it. Fuck. Now hit it. Hit it. Go.
He's on his gas tank.
Oh, you're on your gas tank. You got skids?
He does.
Okay.
So a Bronco Raptor ended up joining us.
Oh, passenger. 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 I mean, sorry, driver. Sorry, driver. That's what I thought. Yeah, my bad.
The other driver.
Yeah, driver. More driver. More driver. Driver. All the way driver. You're good. That was a hard one.
Wow. Nice job. Making our way up, and unfortunately I got stuck in between everyone, and hopefully I don't hold anybody up, but so far the Tundra's been great. Haven't really hit too much stuff. We're kind of making it up some steps here now. Just keep recording. This is going to be a little bit harder because of the long bed. Oh, handled it like a champ. All right, I know. So this is the first time going to MOAB, obviously. First time really crawling in the Tundra. I'm extremely nervous, but I'm just taking everything slow. Kind of just following everyone else's line, and obviously we're using spotters anytime we can if we're not confident on something, so. Should be able to make it to the top. The guys just roasted me and told me that a RAV4 was able to make it up, so basically said if I don't do it, then I should not off-road. Made it to top of the world. I'll show you guys this view. Whoa! Holy crap. This is crazy. Made it all the way to the top. Only took us, what, like 3 hours? It's like 3 hours to get to the top. I will say the Tundra did make it up, but we had to move a lot of rocks. A lot of rocks to get around some of the step ups. The long wheelbase was really the killer because my diff kept hitting stuff. So pretty much every obstacle we tried to like put a rock so we could just climb over it. But other than that, went pretty well. Didn't really damage anything too bad, just scraped up the bumper a little bit. So we made it down from the top of the world, back onto the road, and we're heading back to the campground. Thought I'd give you guys kind of a recap of how I felt that trail was, just coming from the perspective of a Tundra owner and a long bed. There were some obvious challenges. Long story short, we made it to the top without significant body damage. Most of the obstacles that I would not have been able to make up, they had bypass options. And if they did, I took them because I'm not here to damage my truck or break anything. I just want to have some fun. With that being said, there were some times where even with placing rocks to help get down and up and over obstacles, we did kiss the rear bumper on both sides and it just kind of scraped the bottom of it. Didn't crack anything. It's all intact. You know, from 5-10 feet away, you can't even notice. However, the sliders came in clutch today. They protected the side of my truck a lot. I wasn't really heavily on them, but we did grind on them a little bit. The other thing that happened, I did tap the differential a couple times, but we stopped, backed off, and we were able to get over it. But the thing that happened was my sway bar ended up coming loose just on the end links. The nuts came loose, they backed off, and I kind of noticed a little rattling on my way down the mountain. So just something to keep in mind is, you know, before you get off the trail and head back on the highway, just get underneath your truck or vehicle and make sure nothing's falling off, because my nuts were like 2 threads from coming off. But other than that, it was a super fun trail. I think in any sort of other vehicle with higher clearance, like a Jeep, Bronco, 4Runner, or just a tighter wheelbase in general, it would be a breeze and it would be a lot of fun. The fact that I have 105 plus inches of distance between my 2 wheels is really the only problem there. But that's going to be it for this trail. Tomorrow we're going to go try something else. So because Top of the World took such a long time yesterday, we didn't get back to camp till like 10:30 or 11. We had to set up, so that sucked. So today we're going to try not to get back so late and set kind of a deadline for us to turn around, like a halfway point if we don't make it to the top in time. But so today we're going to be hitting Dome Plateau. I don't know too much about it. I did do a quick Google search on it to kind of see what the trail conditions were like. It sounds like it is not as difficult as Top of the World's going to be, so I'm hoping that we can get a little bit more footage. So I'm not spending most of the time trying to figure out how to get this truck up the mountain. Be able to get some more footage of kind of the other guys articulating over stuff and maybe get some more footage of the Tundra going up. But we've got a little bit more experience under our belt after yesterday, so I know kind of how this truck's going to act with the new suspension and whatnot. So hoping we can make it up to the top of this one with ease. So I figured while we're airing down, I would kind of talk to you guys and show you guys some of the damage that we've got after hitting Top of the World. So this little kind of black trim piece that comes around the bottom over the hitch, that did get clipped here on the bottom and it kind of broke this little bracket underneath right here. So this kind of just sways a little bit, which is, you know, not too bad. You can't really notice it. The big thing was we did scrape the bottom of the bumper here a couple times. Nothing to where it like damaged it or made the lines, you know, kind of messed up, but just basically scraping the plastic. As for this side, pretty much the same thing, just a little bit less, but we did just scrape it a little bit right here. As for the sliders, they didn't take too much damage, just a couple scuffs sort of kind of here in the center on both sides. never really kind of dropped down onto them. And then the skid plates underneath, the front one that I got from RCI didn't really get any damage at all. However, the transmission slash transfer case skid plate towards the back where the transfer case was did get a little gash out of it. Nothing too hard, but I could tell that the aluminum was kind of biting a lot going over that obstacle that it hit. So it's something to consider is, you know, steel versus aluminum when you're crawling. Now the other thing, which we didn't get on, was that fuel tank skid plate. That plastic one that's on their stock did take some hits. Nothing, kind of no bashing hits, but it did get scraped a lot, which the skid plate's still completely intact. So it's doing its job, and the gas tank is well protected. As for today, I don't expect too much crawling because this thing is not the best for crawling, but let's take you guys on Dome Plateau. Aw, who's sleeping in the back? We made it out to the Arches Trail. We were just before at Dome Plateau. I'll throw a little picture here so you guys can check out where we were at. But now we're here. This is going to be kind of the last stop for today's journey. So far, the Tundra handled great on this trail, being that this trail is not so much rock crawling as it is more whoops and soft sand, or dirt, I should say. Chuck did great. Made it out here with no problems. Well, we finished day 2 of off-roading. I'm pretty tired. Morgan's driving back now because she wanted to drive because she's tired of getting beaten up as in the passenger seat. But today's trip, or I guess today's trail, was not as crazy as yesterday's. I'll give it that. The top of the world was pretty challenging. I found out today on a scale that it was a 6 out of 10, but based on the conditions, because it got pretty worn out, it's probably a little bit higher on that scale. We just did a 3 today, and that was super fun. What's the name of it?
Dome on the Plateau?
Dome Plateau, that whole like trail system out there is super awesome. It's great for, I would say, like entry-level off-roading. Nothing too intimidating in terms of like obstacles to navigate. There were a couple little steps, but didn't need a spotter really for anything. A lot of good windy, kind of soft dirt, straightaways and stuff like that, to where you could get some good high-speed off-roading. Just super fun. That's kind of where the Tundra likes to be, is that kind of softer stuff. A lot of whoops, dips and whatnot. But overall, today was super fun. The end of the trail offered 2 great views. We got to go check out this awesome arch formation, and then the other one was the plateau that you could overlook a lot of the valley. So that was really cool to see. Tomorrow I have no idea what we're doing, so we will figure that out tonight. Luckily, we are heading back during the daylight because this trail was not so challenging, so that it didn't take all day, which is great. So we're going to be able to get back, make dinner, and kind of relax around the campfire a little bit tonight. So day 3 here in Moab. We are on our way to Fins and Things and Hell's Revenge. It's all kind of in the same area. We do have to pay $10 to get in. That's fine. So we're going to see what the Tundra is capable of doing. I was told Fins and Things, I should be able to do it. However, Hell's Revenge, all the videos I've seen, the truck's just way too long towards the rear, so it would like completely get stuck on the tow hitch. So we're probably not going to even attempt Hell's Revenge. We'll just go to the top. And then at that point, we can just watch everyone else attempt to climb it and hopefully not mess their rigs up. All right, so we're gonna see if this mic works while I'm kind of off-roading here. What I found most difficult with this truck is the turning radius is the most challenging, and the angle of the wheels, it's really hard to like make corners. So this is pretty challenging. We did decide to do the easier route just because looking at the hard route, it's got a complete 90-degree turn, which I will not make in this. So I'm just gonna play it safe, take the easy way down. Oh, we got a little drop here. So super happy I have a front camera because I cannot see in front of me. We're making it. Oh, this was not too bad. Yeah, there was way harder stuff before. This is Fins and Things. Bunch of basically giant sandstone like boulders that you climb up. That's a rental. We'll try.
Ooh, got tire lift.
3-wheeling. Put your locker on. His right rear spinning. So you're right in the center of the mound right now. Let me get in front of you. You're good to go straight. And rear. Easy.
You're good, you're good. Keep it straight. Slow down, you're gonna slam it down.
Theory only. Dude, oh, we are hitting the trails. This is
Yes,
it's a little rough.
this trail turned into a little bit of crawling action, which is fine.
But we're not doing anything risky.
Yeah, nothing too
Just just going 50 miles an hour and braking at the braking when we can't see the road anymore.
So we just gotta remember right here
Yeah.
at this fork where the sign is, we gotta take it right, and it'll take us back to camp. All right, we had our fun night wheeling, pretty much to the top of the trail, just about. We got into some kind of bigger rocks here, but we just decided to call it so we don't get stuck, and that's just not good if you're by yourself, because we don't have any other vehicles to help winch us out if we get stuck. So we're just gonna call it. We're gonna head back to camp. But this thing is freaking so much fun on like the flat roads, especially at night, because with all the lights I have up front, you can see super clear. But other than that, we'll see what we have for tomorrow. We weren't able to finish Fins and Things yesterday. It started to get pretty dicey in terms of clearances for the Tundra. I was able to have traction the whole time and not really have any problem with that. But with Fins and Things, there's a lot of steep drop-offs that don't really gradually level out. They're like straight down and then flat, which is not good for approach and departure angles. I don't really have an issue with the approach angle as much as I do the departure. The rear end just sticks way back past the tire, so you can see coming down off the rocks, it's just scraping the rear bumper like crazy. We did have to stack some rocks to get me off of it, off that ledge there. So we decided, after eating lunch, we decided to just kind of pass on. I went for a little hike and kind of just chilled out in town, waited for everyone to get back. And then we did some of that night riding yesterday. That was a lot of fun. But today we're gonna go do Onion Creek, which all the people I've spoken to who've done it, they recommended it. They said it's a really fun trail and I shouldn't have any problems at all. So hopefully we can get some good shots out there today and not break anything. After 6 days, 5 nights, we survived MOAB in the Tundra. Didn't totally damage it beyond repair. In fact, there's really nothing that needs to be repaired other than the fact that we did crack some tabs on some trim pieces and we scratched up the rear bumper quite a bit. But other than that, we kind of got away without any major damage. So I'm really, really happy because that's always not the goal. But we hit some beautiful trails. Day 1, we hit Top of the World. Day 2, we just kind of did a dome plateau and then like went out and checked out an arch. The 3rd day, we went to Fins and Things, which was a trail that I couldn't complete just because it started getting way too kind of wavy up and down. And with the long bed, it kind of made it very challenging to get off of some of those ramps or those descents. And then the 4th day, we just kind of went out into a valley and just cruised out a little bit and then hung out in town and checked some stuff out. And that's pretty much it for the off-road experience here at Moab. Obviously, there's hundreds of miles of trails that we could do that we didn't even think of. So it would be nice to come out here again and check out some of those other trails that Moab has to offer. But other than that, truck is super dirty. We don't have any weird noises, weird squeaks, and truck feels fine. So hopefully we can make it home on this 900-mile trip. So if you are considering taking your Tundra to Moab and doing any of these trails, I'd recommend it. Just be aware that, you know, having a long bed and the cab variation that I do, it's going to be a little bit more challenging, and you're going to probably want a spotter for a lot of things, just because all the angles on this truck are not meant for crawling. But other than that, it was an awesome time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you if you're thinking about taking your truck out here. But that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.